Good afternoon. How are you doing today? You're welcome once again to the Bolaji Jegede show. This is the show where we discuss entrepreneurship and leadership. This is the season 2. We did season 1 in 2015. This is 2020 and we're now doing the season 2. Basically, the show will be talking essentially about entrepreneurship and leadership. And what we seek to do on this show is to look at the topics of interest to young people and we discuss it on the show. And today, based on popular demand, the topic for today will be my entrepreneurship journey. Today, I seek to talk about my entrepreneurship journey and how it has been so far, the past 17 years of my entrepreneurship life. And I hope that talking about this will empower somebody, will inspire somebody, and will help somebody to get up and move. Before I begin discussing, let me encourage us to stay strong and to stay home. This is the coronavirus era. This is April 2020. We have the coronavirus raging all over the world. Let us stay home. Let us stay safe. Let us watch our hands. Let's use hand sanitizers. And let's also avoid sick people so that we can contain this virus effectively. So let me go straight into the topic for today, which is my entrepreneurship journey. How did I begin my entrepreneurship journey? I began when I was in my first year in the University of Lagos at the age of 20. I read a book called The Richest Man in Babylon, and it triggered a whole lot of things on the inside of me. And from that day, I was inspired and I was just geared towards doing anything that could help me raise money. And since then, I've never stopped. Between the year 2002, when I was in my 400 level, and 2007, when I was graduating, I had done about 5 different businesses while I was on campus. I started with selling tapes, recorded tapes of courseworks. I went into the distributorship of mosquito repellents because there was a lot of mosquitoes, in the University of Lagos at the time. So I went from lecture theatre to lecture theatre selling it, while I was on campus. I also traded Forex, and I also trained a lot of people in Forex trading. That was another thing I was doing. I owned 2 business centers where we were doing printing of assignments. I had one in the boys' hostel I was running personally, and then that one I was running in the girls' hostel in partnership with a friend. I was running also something called the BG Programming Institute, where I was teaching fellow students how to program. And so I had about 5 different businesses when I was on campus. And by the time I was graduating in the year 2007, I was given the award of the Entrepreneur of the Year. Also, I was not just the Entrepreneur of the Year. I graduated with a first-class honors in chemical engineering from the department from the University of Lagos. And I was also the 3rd best graduating student in the Faculty of Engineering. So I was academically excellent. At the same time, I was pursuing my business interests. And after I graduated in 2007, in 2008, I did the mandatory National Youth Service. And in 2009, I got a scholarship to go to the University of Cambridge to study for advanced chemical engineering, which I did. When I got to England, I did the first semester. It was a 3-semester MPhil course. I did the first semester. I wasn't exactly enjoying the classroom work. I just wanted to do something different. I decided to defer my admission. I was in full scholarship anyway. I decided to defer my admission, and I left. I went back to Nigeria. The following year they gave me my scholarship back again, and I went back again. I did just 1 semester. I wasn't enjoying the classroom work. I wanted something different. I wanted something entrepreneurship, based. So that was 2010. I decided to drop out from Cambridge University and I left England and went to Ghana to set up my an oil and gas company. So at the time, Ghana was just beginning to explore their oil and gas potentials. So I was in Ghana for 2011, and 2011 to 2012 I was in Ghana. I mean, all the investments I made in Ghana at the time, I already registered the company in Ghana. I already got the permits to be able to operate as an optional oil and gas company in Ghana. But there was a problem. There was no local content law, and the IOCs, that's the international oil companies, they were not going to give any opportunity to local companies like ours. So essentially, all the monies I took to Ghana, all the investments in Ghana went down the drain. I then decided to go back to Nigeria, and then to pick up a job, because at the time all the monies had gone. So I picked up a job back in Nigeria, and I started working also to gain more experience. The thing about entrepreneurship you have to understand is that it's something that you have to be passionate about. If you're not passionate about it, it's very easy to lose focus and forget about it. But I never lose focus of what I want, my goal in life. I picked up the job. I did that from 2012 now till 2014, and I felt that I had gotten more experience and some income. So I resigned from my job and I went back to restart Pabio Stone again, and I did that till 2016. We were doing consulting, we were doing training, we were doing a little bit of oil and gas at the time. But by 2016, there was an economic downturn that affected our business also. We weren't getting much income as we expected. Then again, I decided to say to myself, okay, what do we do? One of my former bosses then approached me and said, Bolaji, I want to set up an oil and gas company. I want you to come and be the managing director. And I said, well, that is fine. I'll take the opportunity, and let's see what happens. It was at the time of economic downturn. But I took the opportunity, I took the bull by the horn, and in 3 years, between 2017 and 2019, together with my former boss, we turned the story of that company around. It was a group of companies, but I was the managing director of Pioneer Procurement Services Limited. And then we really did a lot of work. We did jobs of over a whole lot of money. I don't want to say that on camera. And in 2020, I said to my boss, well, I think I've helped you with your vision. I want to go back to the vision that God gave to me. And I restarted Pabio Stone again. And within that time, I've been able to, raise more capital. And now we started Pabio Stone again. It's now a group of companies. The company, we are into oil and gas. We're into consulting. We're into agro-allied business. We also have an animation studio, and we're also into consulting and training. And basically, what I'm saying is, it's been Pabio Stone this year. This is April 2020. Is now 10 years old. So you can see the whole roller coaster, that I experienced in the business, in my entrepreneurship journey. It's been 17 years now, from the days of my undergrad days till now. And it's been one roller coaster to another roller coaster. If I'm not passionate about what I was doing, by now I would have resigned to just a paid employment, and I will not be doing as well as I'm doing today. Today, the business, people call me from America, they call me from Japan, they call me from China, they want to work with me. And why? Because over the years, I've built a track record. They know me in the industry that I'm a goal-getter, I'm a result-oriented person, I solve problems. But it's not without challenges. The point I'm trying to make essentially is to say, in summary, that if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be able to identify your passion. What are you passionate about? And then you have to be focused, and you have to set your goals. When you want to achieve this, when you want to achieve that. So when you set your goals, then you work towards it. And when you do that, you definitely are going to come up tops. And understand, like I said, there will always be problems. There will always be problems. Right now, even though the company is now doing reasonably well, there are still challenges, and those challenges will continue to surmount. And what makes entrepreneurship actually interesting is that there will be problems, and you solve the problem and you move to the next level, and you also learn from solving those problems. And I want to say in summary that the entrepreneurship journey is not an easy one, but it's an interesting one, particularly if you're doing something in the area of your passion, in the area of your interest. And I believe that you would have learned one or two things from today's episode on my entrepreneurship journey. I'm available for questions on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You can always see my details on the video screen. You will see my details there. If you have any question, you can always shoot me a question and I'll always answer you. I do always make time to answer the young people because I'm passionate about young people. I want to use my experience to inspire more people. I want to use my experience to mentor more people and ensure that as many young people who are interested in the entrepreneurship journey, I'm able to pull them up and they don't have to go through all the stress and rigor that I went through. And I believe that way we can raise more entrepreneurs that can make Nigeria a better place. It's been a very exciting time to to be with you on this episode 1 of the season 2 of the Bolaji Jegede show. I want to thank you for listening, and I believe that we will see you again in the next episode. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.